Things done change. Things done change over time. That's crazy how things done change over time.
Cali, you know what I'm saying, Florida. We got people from everywhere in our mind. Everybody move as one. Everybody is prospering in some kind of way, in their own way. Every man plays his own role. And everything start with the leader. I'm a good leader, so I got good people that follow. You know what I'm saying? It's simple. If you can only be like the nigga that's running your crew.
Believe it or not, a whole lot of individuals used to look up to Big Meech. They used to do whatever he wanted them to do. He's like the boss in a sense, as you can see. I'm the boss, I'm the man. But unfortunately, a lot of individuals saying right now, many years later, as you see times change, people change, things change. They said Big Meech right now, things is different with him. Things is different with Big Meech right now.
Attorney Josh Schiffers says Demetrius, also known as Big Meech, is highly regarded because he never took a deal or snitched on his co-conspirators.
And he went down. And when he went down, he and his brother were sentenced to 30 years in prison.
Even though some people say the federal guideline, you have to at least 85% of your time, they say he came out early. But this is for another place, another time. But check out this video. Here we go. Welcome back to the channel. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and tell a friend. Here we have another crazy story. That's all I knew how to do. I didn't know how to do anything else. That's it. Imagine that. All you know how to do is to obtain your money doing illegal activities. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's how it was for me one point in time. It was a terrible life to live. It really was. A lifestyle like that, it's not an easy lifestyle. I don't want to talk about it too much. I don't want to do that. But I never forget when I say, you know what? I'm going to change. That's all I know how to do. I don't know how to do nothing else. This person, he was of a different race. He said to me, you know what? You Nigga, all you know how to do is sell drugs and that's it. You don't know how to do nothing else but that. And I thought about it. I said, you know what? This disrespectful little guy right here, he's so disrespectful, but he's so right. Imagine that. Imagine being right. That's all I knew how to do to make my money. Was to sell drugs. That was it. Career criminal. Hurt my mind so much, hurt my heart so much, when he said it. After that, I said to myself, I'm not going to do it anymore. Because I realized he was right. I didn't have any other skills. Every bill I paid was from doing illegal activities. Everything I did, every food I ate, every vacation I took, everything was from committing illegal activities, selling drugs. Imagine that. Broke my heart. I felt helpless. I felt useless. I said, I can't imagine that. I never heard that before. Someone actually called me out my name and told me the only way now to make money is from doing illegal activities. After that day, I said, I'm going to change my life. Imagine that. Imagine changing your life. A lot of individuals might not understand or relate to what I'm saying, but certain emotions, what comes along with hearing something like that, they said the truth hurts sometimes. But the truth does hurt sometimes. But it was the truth. There's a whole lot of individuals out there in the world. The only way they made their income is from doing illegal activities day in and day out. It becomes like a career for them after a while. Imagine that. That's where they said they get that word from. Career criminal. So, for example, Big Meech, he was a career criminal. Most of his income, all of his income for the most part, came from doing illegal activities. You know, in order for him to have the luxury of buying a car, he had to commit some type of illegal activity to make that possible. In order for him to bring an elephant inside the club, he had to had committed a illegal activity to make that possible. In order to take 300 plus individuals on vacations on that big 747 jet or whatever it was, it had to be some type of illegal activity he was doing to make that possible. So what I'm trying to figure out, did Big Meech, when he went behind the bars, did he start feeling regrets and feeling bad, saying to himself, you know what? The only thing I knew how to do was just basically sell drugs and nothing else but that. Imagine that. Imagine not knowing how to do anything else but one thing. And that one thing that you know how to do, it's an illegal activity. That's why a whole lot of individuals say Big Meech, he's a career criminal. For a lot of individuals who don't understand what a career criminal is, at least a real career criminal, not the halfway, it's basically living a lifestyle where you just basically do crimes. There's numerous different type of crimes, but it doesn't matter. Crimes to be able to obtain money. So that's what Big Meech was doing. Crimes to obtain money. To throw it away. Keep in mind, if Big Meech had no money, he would be like, he'd be like me in a sense. Imagine that. Imagine me like me in a sense. If you know what I mean. Be like me, meaning, we're not talking about me. We ain't talking about me. We're talking about Big Meech. I don't want to be associated with Big Meech. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that 30 years and come out early. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Let's get back to the story. I don't want to do that. So Big Meech, all he knew how to do was commit criminal activities by selling. They said at one point in time, Big Meech was doing about 2,500 of those things, if you know what I'm talking about. Those keys. They said he was doing it weekly. Or was it monthly? I heard weekly. I heard both. Imagine that. Hey, imagine hearing both at the same time. Which one's right? Imagine that. Imagine one of them being wrong. But either way, they said Big Meech was doing this thing. Even heard, I was listening to an interview with Terrence Gangsta Williams. Terrence Gangsta Williams said, you know what? Big Meech was walking around the yard saying he was a billionaire. Like I tell you, a lot of these individuals, they go behind the bars, they're around strangers. And they would talk. Ooh, I was a man when I was out there in the streets. I was a man. But behind the bars, Big Meech was no longer the man. He had to be told when to take a shower. You know, when they had to search him in the nude, Big Meech had no choice but to comply. Imagine that. Imagine not complying. Billionaire on the streets to not complying to a search behind the bars. I mean, you could resist it, but most likely not. Big Meech was a big boy. Quite certain about that. But let's get back to the story. So Big Meech, they said he was walking around the compound saying, you know what, I made billions of dollars out there. She's a billionaire. So what I'm saying right now, I'm thinking, if Big Meech was telling everybody he was a billionaire, I mean, so basically maybe Big Meech was probably taking care of everybody behind the bars. Think about that. Because you know for a fact, he was being pressured. Keep in mind, there's nothing but poor people behind the bars. Poor people. Well, let me not say that. He was in the feds, you know what I mean. Individuals in the feds tend to make, let me not say that. You have poor people convicted for gun possessions, you know what I mean, You know, tough guys. But either way, I figured Big Meech, he probably had to put, probably had to pay for everybody commissary one point in time. Most likely he was being, extorted. What do I know? Allegedly. I'm assuming so. But I mean, when Big Meech come out, would he tell anybody if he was getting extorted or not behind the bars? I know for a fact he was definitely being searched from head to toe. I know that for a fact. Is he going to talk about that? Imagine that. He said he was a billionaire behind the bars, but still at the same time, he had to be told when to get up in the morning and when to go to sleep at night. Imagine that. Is it worth being a billionaire? You're getting treated just like a regular poor person behind the bars? I don't know. But they said Big Meech is out right now. And they say, you know what? They're saying a whole lot of things. They say he's talking. So Big Meech went from, well, you know what? This could be a long video. Matter of fact, I'm going to have to probably do another video. Because Big Meech is a very complicated individual. He really is. But the only thing I do know for certain is that Big Meech was a career criminal. I'm trying to figure out if he felt bad at the fact that he had no other skills but to sell drugs. Because I told you, I felt bad when that person said that to me. Say, you don't do nothing else, man. You're nothing but a drug dealer. That's it. I said, damn, you're right. It made me feel so bad. It made me feel bad. He was right. I'm trying to figure out if Big Meech feels good or feel bad that he was nothing but a drug dealer. Because believe it or not, it's not like you need special skills to do that job. It's like one of the easiest things to do in the world. Believe it or not. All you do is go get it from here and bring it to there. And that's it. That's it. That easy. Imagine that. But Big Meech is being praised right now for doing something that simple. Picking up something from point A to point B. But believe it or not, well, I'm just talking until next time. Until next time, check out my next Big Meech video. I'll be dropping in about another 2 hours. That's it. As I say, he's a very complicated individual. But believe it or not, he's being praised and idolized for knowing how to do a simple task. But they're not talking about how many, as I said, he's a complicated person. But I wonder if Big Meech feel bad that he had no talent but to sell drugs. Because I felt bad. I told you I felt bad. I said, man, he's right. I don't do nothing else. I'm a lazy bastard. I don't do nothing else. Big Meech said he was making so much money. When I say, you know what, why didn't Big Meech have businesses? Because he was making so much money. I heard a whole lot of individuals say, you know what? I mean, you can't just turn, bad money to good money. All these, hear nonsense all the time. But what I'm trying to figure out, does Big Meech feel bad that the only thing he knew how to do was to sell drugs and that's it? Imagine being praised for doing nothing other than not sell drugs. Unbelievable. I'm just talking, that's it. But I see him do it. It's incredible. I don't know. That's a hurdle. Unbelievable.